This is the King's House calling in for a prayer request. And it looks like it's a relatively new King's tither. But I'm going to read this aloud for a reason, because every time I see some of these, I think to myself, I pray that you newer Christians will listen carefully. I need your prayers for me to be able to get some sleep and encouragement. Ever since I started tithing, the enemy hasn't stopped. I've told you this before. People start tithing. I just lost my job. My car broke down. I've been evicted. And if you can't connect the dots, when you read as many of these messages as I read, my mind immediately races to that which I referenced yesterday, the parable of the sower. And when trouble comes, somehow this thing shouldn't be happening to me. Now, I'm telling some of you, the wonderful thing of seeds planted and people coming, this is part of the trip. And if the devil can't get you to stop faithing and tithing, and if you don't put on that spiritual armor and you keep staying and being connected by faith, the devil will figure out a way to wear you down. Because the new ones are easy pickings. I was taken the other night to see C.S. Lewis Screwtape Letters in Orange County, which I thought was amazingly, it was well presented, considering that I could not figure out how it would be presented. They say it's a two-man play, but it's actually one man, essentially a one-man monologue for 90 minutes, who does all the talking. But I sat through the 90 minutes. I thought it was an incredible presentation. But I wondered if anybody in the listening audience really understood, and I don't mean that to be condescending, if they really understood that everything that in those 90 minutes encompassed in what was said, which come for the most part from the book, are as true today as when C.S. Lewis wrote them, regarding how people perceive the devil and the work of the devil. While I was waiting in line, I saw a priest wearing a long robe. I saw one person who couldn't miss it, that had to be a preacher, was wearing a bad suit. Just a mixed crowd of people. But I wondered how many of these, while they were listening, did they think, yes, that could be me. Because that could be any one of us. So don't think that there's something strange when these things come upon you, as Peter said. Don't think it's strange. And we who have been faithing for some time, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, of his schemes, of his methods. But when you're just starting out, I'm here, by golly, I'm here. And then all of a sudden the stuff starts happening and you can't figure out how, why. This isn't supposed to be like this, because some other person who was telling me about the good news said it's all good. It's all good. Well, it is all good. The good news is all good. But that's the good news. The bad news is now you're a target. All right. We can all say it together. Cheer up, saints. It's going to get worse. That's what I said.
Come to this house.